a bunch of Falcon action, some villain Winter Soldier flashbacks, and old enemies? Let's talk about it. So we decided to do a new show called Gastlecast Just Seen It.
You decided to do a new show called Gastlecast Just Seen It. I'm only here because I'm part of the Gastlecast cast.
Every week we plan to do a new episode for the Falcon and Winter Soldier new TV show. And yes, we did wake up at 3 a.m. to bring this to you. Isn't it fun? Fun? So right off the bat, this felt like a Captain America film.
It did. It was very cinematic.
Yes.
And there was a lot of incredible special effects. I mean, you never see stuff like this for a TV show. This is a TV show.
It definitely had a Captain America, Winter Soldier / Civil War feel to it. Like the camera work, everything about it just seemed very much like those films to me. The episode opens with Falcon and the bag with the shield in it that we see at the end of Endgame. And right after we see the shield being put away inside the bag, it jumps right into heavy action mode. It's Falcon inside of an airplane. It's sort of like the Winter Soldier film. Because in the Winter Soldier film, Captain America jumps out of the back of an airplane like almost instantly in the film. Mm-hmm. And it feels that way because Falcon is in an airplane and he jumps out of the airplane. It seemed like the same sort of like set pieces. I took a bunch of notes and we're going to go over these notes as we go along through all of this. The one thing I mentioned was LAF villain ? Because we hear about the LAF. We don't know what the LAF is yet.
No, and I looked it up online and I couldn't find anything. So I think they're new.
It turns out that there's an airplane being hijacked, and it's being hijacked by Batroc of Captain America Winter Soldier, who is Batroc the Leaper, who's like a French villain character.
Yeah, at first I thought they were Russian because bad guys are always Russian, but then I heard the French and I was like, they're French. Shouldn't they like be eating fancy pastries at the Eiffel Tower?
Oh my God, is that what French people are to you?
Yes.
Sorry, French people.
But I don't recall ever seeing French villains.
Some would say Pepe Le Pew is a French villain.
Okay.
So again, this is something very interesting from the Captain America Winter Soldier film. It opens with Captain America jumping out of an airplane and fighting Batroc. This is exactly what happens. It is Falcon this time jumping out of an airplane to fight Batroc.
Well, jumping into an airplane to fight Batroc, and then jumping out of the airplane to fight Batroc. And I think he's in and out of the same airplane a couple times.
A couple times, yeah. Which is awesome. The Falcon, like, action scenes are amazing. Like, him really flying around and, like, going inside of airplanes and helicopters and flying out. He uses Red Wing, and Red Wing, like, downs a helicopter by itself, which is amazing.
That was crazy. You know what I was thinking the whole time he was flying through, like, there was a scene where he's, like, flying through the canyon. I was thinking about how I would never be able to do that because my wing, like, I would not realize the span of those wings.
Okay.
Immediately after I thought that thought, he like his wings run into the sides of a canyon, a really narrow canyon, and create sparks. He's still
crashing it.
Shit. Yeah.
Well, he's just a regular guy. I mean, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I know.
I love seeing Red Wing being used as a weapon. That was kind of cool because we did see that in Captain America Civil War. Mm-hmm. So I enjoyed seeing a little bit more of that in this show, and I hope we see more of that as the series progresses. We find out really quick that they're in Libya. If you handed me a globe, I don't know if I'd be able to find Libya very quickly. Like, I'm just stupid that way.
I think it's in the Middle East.
Later in the episode, Tanzania.
It's spelled like Tanzania.
Yeah.
But I think it's pronounced Tusnia.
Tusnia. But it pops up on screen just like Civil War. Mm-hmm. You remember it would like tell you where they are? Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool. It's a lot of callbacks to the other films.
Yeah, it also reminds me of Austin Powers because they have that.
Okay. So Falcon's wings are damaged during this battle and we see him fixing them, and this is when we meet a character named Torres. And Torres apparently is a very important character. In fact, I went on Google, I searched the name with Marvel, and I found that he apparently is the Falcon in the 616 universe. So this guy might end up taking the mantle of the Falcon after our Falcon becomes Captain America. We find out that Falcon has been working with the Air Force, and then we find out that Falcon knows how to speak Arabic. And then we hear about a new villain. They're called the Flag Smashers.
The Flag Smasher is the name used by two fictional supervillains appearing in American comic books published by Marvel.
Okay, so Flag Smasher is a villain in the comic books. They're referring to these people wearing the masks as the Flag Smashers. They thought the world was better during the blip, and they want the world to be unified without borders.
Okay, so apparently alter ego is Carl Morgenthau. It says that in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, the leader is going to be female, named Carly Morgenthau. Is that a spoiler?
I don't
Sorry.
care. It doesn't matter. So he has like this computer and he sees handprint symbols like where they are, like near their little table.
Yes.
And apparently the handprint symbol, I guess, leads back to the Flag Smashers. That must be like their symbol.
His phone, he has some sort of good guy technology that's able to pick up on it.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Something
That's
like
what
that.
I gathered.
Yeah. They talk about a conspiracy theory. Do you want to mention what this conspiracy theory is?
Yeah, the conspiracy theory is that Captain America didn't die. Falcon took Captain America to the moon.
That sounds like something that would happen here like in real time. You know, if that were a real thing, people would be coming up with conspiracy theories.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they pulled a Frank Sinatra. He
What?
flew him to the moon.
Oh my God. I didn't know where you're going with that, but okay. So immediately we're thrust into Washington, D.C. And there we see Falcon talking at the Smithsonian and he's handing the shield over and he's putting it inside of the Smithsonian. Basically, they're locking it away. And we think that the Falcon is going to take the shield and become Captain America, you know, after the events of Endgame.
But no.
But that does not happen. And one of my favorite lines was Captain America is like up on this poster sort of thing. Falcon says he mastered posing stoically. I thought that was really great because that's accurate.
Yeah. He got the shield, right, at the end of Endgame. He mentioned that it felt like somebody else's.
Which is why he can't accept it. He can't accept it because he doesn't necessarily feel like he's Captain America. Like he can't take up that mantle.
That's such a big role, and he's not ready for that.
Huge shoes to fill. Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain America was the symbol for America in their world since World War II.
Yeah,
and here now this guy with these wings is going to become Captain America. I mean, it's, yeah, I kind of understand where he's coming from. Who wants to try to fill their shoes? As soon as he fails, people are going to be like, you suck. We want Steve Rogers back.
Your wings are hitting against the canyon. That would never happen with Steve Rogers.
Falcon also mentions how the blip has turned the world into turmoil, which is good that we're getting a spin on the blip being really bad. Because in Spider-Man, they make it sort of like comical. Mm-hmm. So I was happy to see that they're making it real. Like it's realistic instead of being a comedy. Because Marvel is really good at doing both things. And they know what properties to use for those things. And Rhodey is in the audience. War Machine is there. I mean, I think we knew that he was going to be in the show in some way, shape, or form. But it's interesting that he shows up this fast. Like he's in episode 1. So Falcon and Rhodey walk around the Smithsonian. And obviously, it's a bunch of like Captain America stuff. And of course, the cap suit and shield are now on display inside of the museum. And Rhodey basically states that allies that were once allies have become villains. So the world is significantly changed by the blip. And I guess throughout this show, we're going to start seeing more and more how the world is different. So then we jump into a scene that becomes a flashback of the Winter Soldier being the villain Winter Soldier. And this might have been my favorite scene of the entire episode. It was very short. It showed the Winter Soldier walking around being a complete, utter, badass assassin character. And then, boom, he wakes up and it's been a nightmare. So we find out that the Winter Soldier has been seeing a therapist, and as a part of his pardon, I guess, in the United States, he needs to go to therapy. Like, that's a requirement to make sure that he's stable. He was like the ultimate weapon. So it makes sense that they're trying to keep sort of a close eye on him.
Yes, absolutely. And she's asking about his nightmares and stuff, and he's lying to her. Why is he lying to her?
Because he wants to go out and do Winter Soldier things. Not bad guy Winter Soldier things, but good guy Winter Soldier things. And we find out that he's been tracking old Hydra people. Yeah. One of them being Senator Atwood, which is a new name to me. I don't think I've ever heard that name before. He has 3 rules. Rule 1 is don't do anything illegal. Rule 2 is do not hurt anyone. And Rule 3 is to make amends. And in the episode, it shows him basically making amends with Atwood by basically trapping her so the cops can arrest her. We find out that the Winter Soldier has been ignoring Falcon's texts. He should not be ghosting the Falcon.
Okay.
And then we find out that Winter Soldier had calm in Wakanda. While he was there, he was calm for the very first time of battle, nonstop battle he had for 90 years, he says. He was done with all the battle. He was ready to settle down and chill. And the therapist tells him that he is free. And I'm sure that's something Winter Soldier has never really heard before. Yeah. Because realistically, he was a weapon for Hydra. He was being controlled that whole time, and now he is free. So we find out that Winter Soldier has like an older friend. It seems like he's tending to this guy. Like he spends maybe all of his free time with this guy, and we quickly realize that the guy, his friend, his son is dead. It seems as if Winter Soldier might have had something to do with the death of his son, and he's making amends with this guy. That was how I connected almost instantly, and it sort of plays out like that throughout the episode.
That's how it seems. It's almost like there's some sort of guilt. And
then we get to see Falcon's family for the very first time. It's his sister and his nephews, and the sister apparently has like a fishing boat. Mm-hmm. And that's how they do their business. Apparently, it's a family business. It was started by their parents, Paul and Darlene. And it sounds like the sister's ready to give the business up. It's not making any money. And they try to go to the bank because they want to get a loan to keep the business afloat. See what I did there? Is it too early for the joke, or was it just a bad joke?
No, it was a bad joke. This scene was really weird because they tried to throw a little bit of humor into it. They had the loan officer trying to take selfies with Falcon, which I thought was really funny.
It's sort of crappy because they can't give the family a loan, but he's like, can you give me a selfie? And it's like, wait a minute, dude, you know, you're gonna do us that way, and now you want me to do something nice for you? Like, I don't know, it just seemed really trashy.
Falcon said something like, "Are you serious?" The sister did not get taken away by the snap.
Right, and neither did her kids.
Yeah, but Falcon did.
Right.
And she talks about, well, I've been here the last 5 years working my ass off. It's almost like she's resentful.
And that's a lot of the tragedy that goes along with all this that we're finally seeing. Again, Spider-Man didn't show it like this, but this show is showing it like this. We finally see sort of like the pain and the anguish that came from the blip. While all this is happening, Winter Soldier is actually on a date. We find out that he is 106 years old and he suffers from poor circulation. And they play Battleship, which I thought was sort of interesting.
I thought it was really cute.
It's sort of, but you know, with Winter Soldier being through all of the battles in his life, that now he's playing Battleship. Like, I guess it's better than playing War, the card game.
I don't know what's worse. I didn't connect that, though.
She tells him that the older guy, the old friend, is a broken man since his son passed away. Mm-hmm. And this sort of, you can tell that this is affecting Winter Soldier. Eventually sends him over to the guy's house and sort of...
in the middle of the date.
In the middle of the date. And he's talking to the older guy and he basically says, hey, I owed you money. And right behind the older guy are photos and things of his son. And it's like a little... like memorial.
Yeah, it's like a little shrine.
Like a little shrine.
Yeah, and he even has incense going. It's like, we don't know when he passed away, but the man is still keeping this alive.
Right.
And to me, like, that just shows how broken he is by this.
Falcon's friend Torres is in Switzerland, and it quickly turns into a flag smasher sort of situation. They're stealing money. There's all sorts of people running around. And this is when we see who I thought was Flag Smasher, for the very first time with the mask, with the blood hand on his face. And he has superpowers because he pushes Torres and basically knocks him like real far back. And at the end of the episode, we see the new Captain America being announced, shield in hand. The shield, which I'm assuming is the same one at the Smithsonian, is now in the hands of a new guy. This is a great first episode. I loved everything about it. A lot of action. I loved all the Winter Soldier stuff. I like seeing that there's a parallel between Falcon having his issues, Winter Soldier having his issues, seeing an underlying enemy. Of course, we didn't see Baron Zemo yet. I like seeing Torres as sort of like a friend to Falcon. It's very much a Captain America Falcon relationship that we saw previously. Now it's Torres and Falcon. And I hope we see more Winter Soldier flashbacks because that was awesome.
That was really awesome. The only thing that I did not like about this episode is that we didn't find out if he returned to his date or not.
Guys, what did you think about the new episode? Was it everything you hoped it would be? Or are you hoping it gets a little bit better? Let us know all that and more in the comment section down below. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.